Hello, welcome. Okay, so we're talking about what happens next after you experience Satori. So, honestly, you shouldn't think about all these things as a sequential order as I am talking about them. I just have to speak about them one thing at a time because that's the nature of language. Honestly, I can transmit the entire eternity, the full balance of everything to you right here in the space of the absolute. Okay, so in that space of the absolute, that is samadhi, that is the true nature of reality. That is what you will glimpse if you see who you are right now as that absolute consciousness. Okay, you are directly experiencing the union of everything, all of time and space, all beings, all times, and you're uniting with everything and everyone, every soul who ever dwelt as that absolute consciousness. So you can see all of the gurus and the masters are shining out from your eyes. Okay, so this is for the very brave souls who are ready and ripe and who are no longer in the thought realm searching for thoughts to answer and satisfy. Okay, we're in the space of the absolute now. You have stopped searching. You have stopped defining things. You are that now, and you are awake, and you are experiencing life now as that, as pure consciousness. So what happens after you experience Satori? So you've been on a long journey. The journey's never over until you drop this body, and eternity has passed already, and we're still here doing new things. So that's consciousness, still going strong, okay? Death and life, still happening, and we're still adventuring on. So the journey never ends. So after you experience the space of union consciousness, and you realize that is what you are, that is everything you see is a manifestation of that, and the one who is looking at everything that you see is that itself. Okay, the subject and the objects are expressions of pure consciousness, which is just to say existence itself. So don't get lost in thoughts. Just always remember the absolute, the physical, tangible, experiential, absolute consciousness that you can rest in at any moment. The space of the no self, where there is no self, there is only what is. But after you experience Satori, your mind may come back and you may struggle and you may suffer and you may do all these random different things, and different urges and desires will come up and you'll act on them and things will happen and your life will be crazy and nobody will understand you and nobody will, because you'll be trying to put it all into language and explaining it to everybody, but nobody will understand because it's not about language, it's about consciousness as it is, the true nature of our consciousness. So all these things may happen, and you may be suffering a lot, and you may go through a storm. And this is experiential awakening. It's all part of the game. It's all part of the process of the science of self-realization. So you have to trust that it's all natural and it is all happening naturally. You can't speed it up, you can't slow it down, because you're coming more and more into this realization of absolute consciousness. In that space, in this space, there is no time, there's no space, there is nothing. Okay, so you're not rushing to somewhere. You are yourself, and yourself is flowering as yourself. Now, the old portion of you really wants it to flower fully so that you don't suffer anymore and you can operate in the world, creating beautiful things, doing miracles, all of these different things your mind wants. You have to slowly by slowly surrender everything that you expected from this process, everything you wanted out of it, everything that you thought you would gain. And you have to realize that you need to go through a period of time where you spend time by yourself. So your friends and family will just, it seems by the grace of the universe, they will be avoiding you, and you will come into a space where you are alone. And even if you have so many people who know and love you and you love them, they'll all be doing their own thing and you'll just find yourself here in this absolute space. So this is the crucifixion. You have to really embrace that. For all you know, you could spend a lot of time just being here, just balancing here, before anything that you can feel is coming, before any of that comes, any of the blessings really start to flower. So you just have to trust. You have to really trust. And this is what will happen after you have a glimpse of Satori. You will realize that energy, that divine energy that you felt in Satori has left, and everything has left, and everything is passing, and everything is passing, and all that you are is this absolute consciousness. And the universe will keep showing this to you, and you will keep grasping out for different things to hold on to until finally you realize your situation, and your heart will break. Like I said, your heart will break, but it will break open, and from the breaking open you will surrender to this here now absolute consciousness. And when you do that, suffering will disappear. Not immediately, it's not like I'm saying that there is no suffering here now. Like some people would try to say, nah, your suffering is an illusion, forget about it, there is no answer. I'm saying there is an answer and it will come, but first you have to surrender to the excruciating pain that you may feel when it comes to time to surrender all of your dreams, your ideas about yourself, even your own self, and when there is nothing left for you, when all that you are is this, and that is all that you are. It's all that you have is this. Then will come a moment, a miracle, where suffering will fall away like a ripe fruit from a tree. Nothing will change except suffering will just disappear. And you will notice when that happens, that will be the miracle of your life. There will be no more suffering. You will understand your true nature. You will understand the nature of consciousness, and you won't suffer about it anymore. All of the excruciating pain that you felt will become joy. It will turn into joy and freedom, and magical things will start to happen in your life. So this is the promise, this is the good news, this is liberation from suffering, the end of suffering. And this is why we are waking up on the spiritual journey. This is why we are accepting that we are the absolute consciousness. Okay? There is a happy ending. Suffering disappears. And even if it looks like some people are still suffering, some gurus, some masters, even if it looks like they're still suffering, they're not suffering, not in the way that we have been feeling along this journey of awakening. Suffering disappears, and there is only joy and freedom. So, first you have to go through the crucifixion, which is really just letting go of everything that you have been reaching out for and trying to grasp and all this other stuff. Okay, so this is what will happen. First you recognize the absolute. It's what you are. Whether your eyes are closed, open, whether there's thoughts or not. It's what you are shining out of your body. It's what everything is. So recognize that. Dwell as that. Stop searching. Whenever you stop searching, whenever you realize the one who is searching is the one that you are trying to find, so simple, then you will see that there's nothing to find, and you will start to dwell as your own self. And then Satori may happen, and then the journey will unfold in its own unique way for you, and you may create some cool things, some beautiful things, and you will help many, many, many people who are also experiencing this. So I wish the best for you, and good luck.